Hi, this is Mrs. Holmes, and this is another Learning in the Library video. How to choose a library book in the Library Media Center. Remember, learners are responsible in the LMC. In order to choose a new book, you must bring your old book back on time. And then it's time to look for a new one. We are going to use the neighbor book system to choose books. You do not just pull a book off the shelf. You need to take two books and slide them carefully to the edge of the shelf. The one you want to look at, you pull off the shelf, which will leave one book just kind of hanging there. That's the neighbor book. After you've given the book a little look and decide that you want to keep it, you can push the neighbor book back in. If you don't want to keep the book that you've pulled off the shelf, the neighbor book shows you exactly where to put it back. If you happen to mess up the neighbor book system, please just put the book on top of the library shelf. Mrs. Holmes will now pause this video to demonstrate. Learners are also respectful in the Library Media Center. It's very important to do your part and clean up after yourself. That is especially important when you're looking for library books. This is an example of a very neat library shelf. After you're done choosing books, all the shelves should still look like this. Notice how all the spines are showing. Also, the spine label, the white or colorful sticker, is at the bottom of the book. It's not flipped and at the top. Here is an example of a messy library shelf. If all the learners are respectful and responsible, they will do their part and help keep our library clean. Learners are also safe in the Library Media Center. Remember, when we're choosing our books, we keep our hands to ourselves. We line up calmly while we're waiting at the checkout desk. And we walk around the library while we're looking for our books. There should never be any running in the library. If a learner is caught not being safe, respectful, or responsible when choosing books, there will be several consequences. The first time, you might receive a verbal warning. For example, Nevaeh, you are not being safe by doing that. If the behavior continues, you might earn a different consequence. If you continue to demonstrate a behavior by not being safe, respectful, or responsible, you may lose a privilege. This might be losing the privilege of choosing a library book. For example, Anthony, you were already warned once. Now you need to sit at the table. You can no longer pick a book this week. Mrs. Holmes does not like taking that privilege away, but it also is special. If you're not making good choices, you don't get to pick a book. If the behavior continues, or even gets worse, there might need to be a note home, or a note on Dojo, or a phone call home to whoever you live with.
I got it.
Hopefully, by now, the behavior has stopped, but if it hasn't, then you will be referred to the office and be written up. This is a last-ditch effort. Mrs. Holmes does not want to send anybody out of library, and we all want to be able to pick new library books. Now, if you're caught being amazing and being a safe, respectful, and responsible library user, you might earn a Star Student Award or an Above and Beyond point on Class Dojo. You could also earn bonus computer time, maybe during choice time, or maybe you can get a special lunch pass to come have lunch with Mrs. Holmes and play on the computer. If the whole class has made amazing choices rules and shown respect, responsibility, and safety, they can get the top class shout out. This means you will receive a special shout out on the announcements in the morning. The whole school will know that you are library leaders. I hope this video has taught you how to choose a library book in a safe, respectful, and responsible way. Remember, if we follow these rules, we can have a great time in library. Read some interesting books. Research some new information. Smile and have a good time. And discover something new.